Okay. Game development without code. Damn, bhai.
Hello.
Game development without code. Damn, bhai.
Hello.
Game development without code. Damn, bhai. আচ্ছা আমার সাউন্ড কি ঠিক আছে কিনা দেখা লাগবে।
Hello.
গেম ডেভেলপমেন্ট উইথআউট কোড। ওয়েট এ মিনিট গাইস, আমি আমার সাউন্ড একটু চেক করে আসি, সব কিছু ঠিক আছে কিনা একটু চেক করা লাগবে। ওকে, তো কেউ এখন জয়েন করে থাকলে অবশ্যই কমেন্টে বলতে পারেন। ওয়াও, তো এখানে দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের ইয়েস, মানে আমাদের মাইক ঠিক মতো কাজ করতেছে, পাশাপাশি আমাদের রেকর্ডও কাজ করতেছে। এটা কিন্তু অনেক ভালো একটা জিনিস। মাইক ঠিক মতো কাজ করতেছে, পাশাপাশি আমাদের রেকর্ডও কাজ করতেছে। এটা কিন্তু অনেক ভালো একটা জিনিস। দ্যাটস রাইট। সো আমরা চাচ্ছিলাম যে আমরা একসাথে কি লার্ন টুগেদার, তাই তো? তো আমরা দেখি কি শেখা যায়। আমরা এই পাইথনের কোর্সটা শুরু করি। তো ভাই সমস্যাটা হচ্ছে, আমি যখন এটা করবো তখন এটা কি আসলে কপিরাইট দিবে কি না, এটা একটা অনেক বড় ইস্যু। যে অন্য একজনের ভিডিও দেখতেছি আমি, এটা আমি লাইভে দেখাচ্ছি, তো এটা আসলে কপিরাইট ক্লেম করবে কি না, তাও একটা বড় ফ্যাক্ট। তো এখানে কারেন্ট ভিউয়ার্স কত 1 দেখাচ্ছে, বাট চ্যাট রেট 0, অ্যাভারেজ ডিউরেশন হচ্ছে 1, সো নাইস। ওকে, এক্সেলেন্ট। সো এটা হচ্ছে আমার প্রথম একদম লাইভ আইএস এই চ্যানেলের। সো অ্যানালাইসিস কেউ নাই অ্যাকচুয়ালি লাইভে, তো এটা ভালো আমার জন্য। এখানে সেটা করা যায়। আচ্ছা, তো আপনারা কি এটা দেখতে পারেন? এটা চেক করে আমি যেটা দেখা যাচ্ছে কিনা।
Professionally with Python. Then in the Python basics, that's where we actually get into the programming language. And now, even if you already have some coding skills or you're coming from a different programming language, I still highly recommend to go through this entire getting started chapter with me, because I will show you the exact setup that I am using right now, so that if you follow through with the course, everything that you'll see will be exactly the same on my screen as well as on your screen. All right, so let's get started. The first thing that we are going to do is install Python on your machine. So following the handbook, I am here in the section installing Python to get it up and running on your computer. So I'm first going to walk through the Windows setup. If you're on Mac, you can use the timestamps below to skip ahead. So the first thing that you need to do is you can go to python.org/downloads or follow the link over here. Then you will find this page where you can simply click on download Python. And then once that's completely done, you can double click on it to start the installer. Now, here is a very important thing. When you go through the installer, you should check the following box when it asks, should you add Python to the path? You should checkmark that. It will look somewhat like this. So you can see it over here. Let me make it a little bit smaller for you. Now, this is an older version of Python, but the setup will look something like this, and you should add Python to your path. Then you can just follow through with the installer. Do not customize anything unless you know what you're doing. Alright, and that's it for the quick installation, super easy to follow. Now next in this video I will show you how to do this on Mac, but you're on Windows, so make sure to skip to the next chapter where we're going to install your code editor. Alright, so now I'll show you how you can install Python if you are on Mac. And the first thing that we need to check here is check whether Python is maybe already installed on your system, because for a lot of Mac systems this is already the case. So what we are going to do is we're going to open up the terminal. And don't worry if you've never used the terminal, we just use it to type in a command and it's not that scary. So what we can do is we can open up Spotlight, and you can do that by hitting Command and spacebar. Then this will show up and you can type in terminal. So if I open that up, you'll see this console coming up over here. This is a terminal where we can run commands, and all you need to do right now is come over here to the documentation and you should type in Python 3 space -- version. So you can type it out or you can copy paste it like I do over here. Come to the terminal and then I'm going to paste that in with Command V. And what I can now do is I can hit enter. Now you can see on my Mac it is already installed.
So এখানে আমি বলতেছি আমাদেরকে পাইথন ডাউনলোড করতে, তো আমরা কি করব, আপনারা কি বলেন? আচ্ছা, আমার মনে হয় পাইথন ডাউনলোড করা আছে, আমি একটু ট্রাই করে দেখি আমার করা আছে কিনা। এখানে আমাদের লিংক দেওয়া আছে, হাইডা আবার বলতেছে
What the hell I'm supposed to do, and then I can't tell myself
সো আমাদের এখানে কি দিতেছে,
not to
ডাউনলোড প্রেস কোড, চিট শিটস, কিবোর্ড শর্টকাটস, তারপর হচ্ছে
I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you. Take me back to the night we met. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you. Oh, take me back to
এটা আমাদের পিএস কোড শর্টকাট,
when the night was full of terror.
আচ্ছা আমরা এটা স্কিপ করে জিনিসটা
And your eyes were filled with tears
রিসোর্স
when you had not touched me yet. Oh, take me back to the night we met. I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you. Take me back to the night we met. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
পাইথন
haunted
বেসিক্স,
by the ghost of you.
স্ট্যাটাইপস, অপারেটরস, ওয়ার্কিং টেক্সট, তারপর হচ্ছে
To the night we met.
ওকে। সো আমরা লাইভটা চেক করি, কে দেখতেছি। ওয়াও, নাইস, 0 ভিউয়ার্স কারেন্টলি। সো ইয়া, আচ্ছা আমরা করতে থাকি লাইভটা, কারণ আমি ভিউজ টু মানে আরেকজন ছিল আই গেস, সে কমেন্ট করে নাই আমাদেরকে, কারণ আমি মিউজিক চলতেছে আর আমরা ছিলাম, তো এটা হচ্ছে এটা আরেকটা। আচ্ছা 12 ঘন্টা দেখাচ্ছে, 12 ঘন্টা তো কথা না, 12 ঘন্টা কথা না, দেখি তো 6 ঘন্টা 5 ঘন্টা 15 মিনিট আইডিকে। সো বাই দ্য ওয়ে আমরা কাজ করছি, সিলেবাস মতো হচ্ছে না, আমাদের পড়ালেখা কষ্ট হচ্ছে, ট্রেডিং স্টার্ট, আমরা ট্রেডিং স্টার্টে যাই, তারপর হচ্ছে টাইপ WT দেন আমাদের রয়েছে পাইথন ভার্সন ওকে নো প্রবলেম পাইথন ভার্সন আমাদের পাইথন ইনস্টল করা আছে তো আপনারা অবশ্যই যারা নাই তারা এখানে ইনস্টল করে নেবেন আমরা কাটলাম আচ্ছা টার্মিনাল the means Python is running try the approach so আমরা এটা আমাদের প্রথম Python করতে গিয়ে মানে আমাদের Python এখন রানিং আছে সেটা অনেক ইন্টারেস্টিং একটা বিষয় so to exit type exit টাইপ করে Control Z আমরা তাহলে এক্সিট টাইপ করে দেখি এক্সিট আর দুটো প্রাইভেট
When we're out in a crowd laughing loud and nobody knows why.
সো আমাদের এক্সিট হয়ে গেছে
When we're lost
Some
at
people
a
from the
club
life that can
getting
focus on
drunk and you give me that smile. Going home in the back of a car and your hand touches mine. When we're done making love and you look up and give me those eyes, 'cause all of the small things that you do are what remind me why I fell for you. And when we're apart and I'm missing you, I close my eyes and all I see is you and the small things you do. When you call me at night,
Yeah, so
while
আমাদের
you're
life
out
চলতেছে।
getting high with your friends.
আচ্ছা বুঝলাম না মনে হয়
Every high, every buy, every
Try to
I
combine this sound.
love you you've ever said.
এখন ঠিক আছে বস
Installed because it's showing me a Python version, meaning it's installed. If you also see a version over here, that also means Python is installed. If you get an error over here mentioning like, look, Python is not available or it's not recognized, then you still need to install Python and you can continue with the rest of the instructions in here. So in case you do need to install it, you can scroll down over here on this install Mac page and you can go to Python.
এখন হচ্ছে আমরা ভিডিওটা 2x দিয়ে দেবো কারণ আমাদের এত টাইম নাই পুরোটা পড়ার দেখার সো জাস্ট 2x তাই তো ইয়েস
.org/downloads, which we have open over here. You click the big download button. It doesn't matter if it's a different version. If you watch this in the future, it will be different. So you click the download button and over here it will start to download. So then while you wait for that to finish, you different, but you just go to the website and this big download button over here, it will be dynamic for the operating system that you're on. So for me, it will say Mac. For you, if you're on Windows, it will say Windows. So again, download it. It will go to your download folder. Click on it and follow the installation in there. One more time, it's important that you add it to your path on Windows. And then you just click install, finish when done. Process is exactly the same for macOS. You can keep it in your dock. There might be some security questions that pop up where you need to give it permission. So just follow that. It's completely safe. The application is from Microsoft. And then we can go and verify the installation. So what we can do right now is we're going to open it. And there we go. So this is the first screen that I see right now with versions, updates, a welcome screen. And now since Visual Studio Code is so extensible and it can work with a lot of programming languages out of the box, there's not much there. So what we're going to do right now is is I'm going to share my exact setup with all the extensions and settings that I use to work on all of my Python projects that I've been doing for the past 5 years. This is really a professional, great environment that we're going to set up. And this is so crucial to spend a little bit of time here to understand this tool, because what you'll find on this journey of learning Python is that actually the act of writing code, writing out the line-by-line sentences and the characters, you will quickly get a hang of that. And AI can work really well with that. AI can help you as well, but you need to be able to know where to find it, how to set it up, how to create a new project, how to add new things to it, how to run code, how to debug code. So that's also going to be a big difference between a lot of the other Python tutorials and courses that you'll find out there. And I know that in the beginning when I was learning Python, this was so annoying to me, where always, I would get it on like a single file, I could follow a tutorial, but then when I was on my own project, things looked different, and I just didn't have the full system, I just didn't understand the full process. So that's what we're going to spend some time on right now. Okay, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to install the Python extension. So I can click on the link over here to see where this is going, but we can also do this directly from Visual Studio Code. So what I'm going to do is we're going to the extensions tab, and then we're going to search for Python. So let me walk you through that. Here is Visual Studio Code completely empty. You can see the extensions over here. So it's this little icon. There's also a keyboard shortcut to it, and you can see it's already recommending something to me, Python over here. But in case this is not there for you, you can type in Python, and then it should show you exactly what's over here. Python, it should be from Microsoft. You see the blue check mark over here. You can click on it or directly install here or over here. So what this is going to do, this is going to, behind the scenes, install the Python extension so that when we work with Python files, our editor, our code editor, can recognize it. So this is an essential extension that we need. Okay, so that was the Python extension, and now we're going to change a quick setting. We're going to use this later. Don't worry about it for now. All you need to do is go to the settings of Visual Studio Code, and you should copy paste this or search for this. So Python terminal execute in file directory. This is really useful for later down the line. So I can come in here, I go to settings, and then you can search for this. And you want to make sure that this is checked. On a fresh new install, it's like this, and you want to click this, and that's it. You can just X out of it, it will automatically save. So this will make sure that later when we're going to execute Python files, the editor will execute the file from the directory instead of the workspace root. So when we're going to reference files, it will be a lot easier. Alright, then next there are two more extensions that I recommend to install. First one is PyLens, and the other one is Jupyter. So let's start with PyLens first. We do exactly the same process. We come in here, we search for PyLens, we see it pop up over here, also from Microsoft, and you can see it's actually already installed by installing Python. But you can double check this. So make sure that if you go to PyLens, if it says install, you should click it. And then we go to Jupyter, which is something we are going to heavily use throughout this course, but I will show that later. For now, we just click install, and then we should be good. This takes a couple of seconds. Now, coming back to the instructions over here, what we're going to do right now is we're going to customize the code editor. And this is completely optional. This is not going to change anything about how the code editor works, but I like to set up my environment in a specific way. So for the past years, I've been using this theme, and I really like it, the Atom 1 Dark. So let me show you how to install that and what it looks like. And you can also search for other themes that you like. So this is really just like the coloring, the fonts. You'll see it in a bit. So I can search for Atom 1 Dark theme, hit install, trust publisher, and install. There we go. And it automatically, right now, it already sets the coloring. You saw it, right? So yeah, you can see right over here, it now asks, do you want Dark Modern or Atom 1 Dark? So I set this over here. You can also click on set the color theme. So that's now installed. You can also at any point come all the way to the bottom over here where you see the little gear icon, and you can see themes over here, and there you can see the color theme and the file icon. So if I click on this color theme, you can see everything that is currently installed. So if you, for example, let's click on Kindy Dark, you can see this is a very different look to what we had, right? So this is for you a way to go through it and to pick a theme that you like. Right now there's one more setting, it's indentation, but we'll actually get back to that in a couple of minutes because then I can actually show you what it does. So for now, we are going to go to the next section, and that is creating projects. One of the most important things in the beginning to fully understand, because this is really the point where, look, you see examples online, you see me go through this tutorial, but now you're in the real world and you have an idea, you want to try something. Where do you start, right? We have Python installed, we have a code editor, but how does it work? Where are the projects? So let's set that up right now. So what I recommend you to do is creating a folder somewhere on your computer. Doesn't matter if it's in your documents, in your home directory, any type of place where we are going to store all of our Python projects. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to create one on our Data Luna drive over here. So I'm going to call it Python projects. All right, and now what I want you to do next is inside this folder. So this will be the master folder, and in here we can create all kinds of folders for all the projects. So first we're going to create a folder for this course, and we're going to call it Python for AI. But whenever you have another idea, you want to try something else, I invite you to do that in the same folder and follow a similar structure and a similar setup so that you work very organized and you always know where all of your Python projects are. Now for the main folder, it doesn't really matter what type of naming convention you use, whether you use capital letters or not, but for the project folders itself, I recommend to use all lowercase and dashes. And why this is the case, this is actually called the pub case, and this is going to match how projects are going to appear on GitHub. This is something we'll cover later, but this is just a best practice that I always do and I recommend you to do as well. So what that then looks like, if I come in here, Python projects, I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to plug in Python for AI, all lowercase and dashes using the pub case. So now we have that created. What we can do right now is now from Visual Studio Code, we can open up this